Woke up with a spark, chasing the light today. Little moments hiding, waiting to be found my way. A smile in the chaos, a laugh in the rain. That's the magic calling, pulling me out of the gray. Feel it rising up, like the sun on my face. No more holding back, stepping into this space. Joyful findings, everywhere we go, energy high. Let the good vibes flow. We're connecting hearts, lighting up the night. You and me together, everything feels right. Oh, joyful findings. Oh, bring the light. Oh, joyful findings.
Awesome, everybody. Thank you for joining us for the Joyful Findings Show this beautiful February 6th of 2026. Wow, here we are in February. How'd you guys like the new song in the beginning? You all loving it? It's got like a little happy beat and finding your joyful findings. Woo! Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. I'm letting my creativity soar this year in directions that I probably never thought of before. This song, there's much more of it. I'm going to create another video for that, but that's going to be our new intro now for the Joyful Findings Show, because it's really bringing us all together. Really, it's just about bringing us all together, because I see the spark in you, you see the spark in me. We just got to find all this together now. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a lot of fun, my friends, as we move forward, because we're stepping out of the old, right? Right? We've been talking about this for like the last month now, right? We're stepping out of that old skin, right? And we're going to step into the fire horse coming up. Don't forget, Marsha's going to be on my show next week. We're going to talk about Chinese astrology and the fire horse and some feng shui cards. We're going to make it fun. That'll be a fun way to bring in the weekend, right? Because isn't next weekend like Valentine's Day too? So there's that. Bringing the love through, right? And bringing the love through for you. So releasing that old crap that you've been holding on to, whether it's belief system, habits, whatever it is that you're releasing, right? Because you have to release for your higher power sometimes, right? You have to reconnect to source, to God, and to whatever it is that your belief system is, right? But there is a higher source that is above us, right? We are products of the Creator. We are made in His perfect image, but we are here learning, okay? We are still learning on so many different levels. Oh my gosh, so many levels, right? And we learn throughout all of our lives, right? But we got to get to a point where we find our calm right within, right? Where we're connected and everything starts to make sense. Everything, all your truth starts to line up for you. I think that's where we're headed right now. There's a lot of truths that are all being lined up right now. You know what I mean? So, being all lined up. Yeah. So how are you guys doing this week? I should probably say hi to some of y'all out there. Kathy Bray, I don't see you out here in the moment, but you did donate this evening. So I want to say thank you. You will be number one. We got Jill and Roy over on Rumble, and Pat and Barbara. Hello, darling. And Ruth and Marsha. Welcome, my friends. Ruth says, that's awesome, Melissa. It's so uplifting. I'm glad you're loving it. Yay. Wow, that was awesome, Jill said. Thank you. And it looks like we got Richard. Oh, there's Kathy right there. Thank you, Kathy. I did get your donation. Thank you. And we got Richard over on YouTube too. Love that. And that's all we got over there right now. So like and subscribe to all the channels that you're on right now. Share them with your friends if you feel so desired. All right, where are we going with all this energy that's going on? Let me tell you, I can't even believe it's February 6th right now. Like, time is just flying. I feel like I want to take my glasses off, but then I won't be able to see the screen at all. I won't know what anyone says. Yeah. So there's that. Hey, Pat, what's up? I'm so glad you guys are here. I'm so glad you guys are bringing all the energy. And I don't know why this says that right there, but all right, that's better. Things are showing up on my screen. All right, what have you guys been doing? What have you guys been got going on? You know, I'm trying to get things happening. If you guys are following me on my Facebook and, you know, all that, I've been sharing more information about readings, trying to get my name out there some more. I feel like I'm supposed to get back out there in the public and help the public. And I can see that the public is going to need assistance if they're so desiring. So I guess that's why I'm making it, you know, and God will flow it in front of the people that need to. That's why I'm like, if you feel like you need to share this, you know, God's telling you that there was a message there. And even if you have to make it a little short and, you know, there's the message, just clip it for him, clip the message and send it. Because that works too. You know what I mean? So that's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What else has been going on? Feeling stuff in the body, feeling the energies. Time is flying. I noticed some people are getting calmer, and then there's other people that are getting ruffled. I'm going to use the word ruffled today. It's been quite interesting to watch. People that have been so steady in their thought process and then get ruffled. And, you know, I have to tell you that everything happens in divine time. You know, we might have expectations of how things should work out. I'm going to tell you something. No expectations should come up for you, because those are usually letdowns, right? We are open to the divine process and what we're doing, whatever that is. Okay. This is one of the things that I've started to really, I mean, I've noticed this for years, but I feel like I'm supposed to bring this up for you guys. You know, it's like when I'm driving somewhere and there's traffic, you know, and I'm like, well, I just still need to get there on time. That's all that matters. You know what I mean? If they tell me to take a left or a right to go a different way to get myself there, then I do it. If not, then I stay on the course. You know what I mean? And usually I don't have to hit all the red lights at all, ever. Sometimes they just give them, you know, they just turn green as soon as I'm coming. They're like, all right, we're letting you through. So I just want you to pay attention to those little things that are showing up for you. And then, oh my God, the thinking about people, and then they're showing up in your life, or they're contacting you, or yeah, there's a lot of connections going on energetically. I'm going to say telepathically, right? Because I was thinking about this friend that I haven't seen. And I even think I went on Facebook looking for her and I couldn't find her. And then today there's a friend request and I'm like, all right, this is weird, you know, but it's not weird at the same time. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So it's interesting to see how putting the energy out there and then the energy is responding. And that's what we do to each other, you guys. We respond with each other. You know what I mean? We're in this energy exchange all the time. And there's a lot of chaos in the energy that's going on out there right now. There's some people that are calm and cool like a cucumber. And then there's people that are set off like little igniters. Okay. And they're just waiting to explode. There's just a plethora of feelings and emotions. And, you know, what is going to rock it to the core, I do not know. But I know that there are small pockets of more communities that are coming together rather than being in that ruffled space, right? That ruffled energy space. They're uncomfortable about everything. And it's all been, you know, and it was funny because who said Who was I talking to yesterday? Okay, so I don't remember who I was talking to or what we were talking about. It might come up, but I remember the gist of it. Okay, because maybe it might have been today too, but I feel like it was yesterday. So words are very, very powerful. This is what I wanted to talk about this week. Your intention behind the words is also very important. Okay, because I heard the word spell. Okay, like I'm doing a spell, and that's what words are. They're spelling, right? So think about what it is that you are putting out there in the positive note, and know that you are putting out your positive intention. Okay, because we are in the process of breaking the spells. Okay, because we've been under a lot of spells. A lot of spells. Look at how many definitions words have. We've been under a lot of spells. A lot of spells. Okay, so we are kind of like breaking away from all that. That's where the freedom comes from, right? Is breaking free from all those spells. And finding our joy, right? Right there in the name, joyful findings. Finding our joy in this lifetime, right? Because again, I tell this story all the time. When I was 13 and I stopped going to church because they were making me go into confessionals and lie. And I said, that's not my God. My God did not create me to lie like that. You know what I mean? And then only corruption happened after that. But, we all had to find our journey. We all had to find our paths back to God, right? And I never left God because he was always by my side, but he let me walk my journey, right? Like he let me walk through things that I was supposed to walk through, and I was supposed to experience, and I was supposed to grow from, and I was supposed to learn from, right? Because sometimes those experiences that I experienced actually helped somebody else. Okay. And that's another thing that I heard just the other day. Ripples of kindness. Ripples of kindness. That's what I want to put out here tonight, because that was really kind of catchy and I really like that. That's important as well, right? Words and kindness, okay? Because there's a lot of people out there not being kind right now. They're just not being kind at all. They're just being rebellious. I'm going to use the word rebellious, which is fine because that's part of their journey and their learning experience and whatever it is that they're helping teach others, right? Because it has to go both ways. You have to teach and learn pretty much at the same time sometimes. And I feel like that's really where we are right now. So, but we're kind of like shedding all of that, right? We're kind of like gone through all that. I've never finished my story about the happiness part, though. Leaving the church and finding my happiness. But that's what I wanted all the time, was to find my joy. Like, where was my joy? And let me tell you, I'm in my 50s now, and I haven't completely found it 100%. But let me tell you, I am way more joyful than I was in my 20s. And my 30s, and maybe even my 40s. So yeah, I'm more joyful. Every decade I get a little more joyful. But that's because we're learning. But I think now that we're like being set free from a lot of spells, we'll call them, right? That we are finding our freedom again. That's one of the reasons why I'm always talking about stepping into what your passion is. What is your passion, so that you can follow that? Okay, because moving forward, that's what it's about. It's not about the almighty dollar. It's about finding your joy in doing what you love to do, not because you feel like you have to always be under stress in survival mode or whatever, frame of mind you're in. So I just see there's a lot of changes on the horizon, and we are here for each other. And I'm just wondering, because I'm hearing little chatter in my head right now. I feel like some of you actually have some questions tonight. So don't be afraid to put those in the chat box. Put those in the chat box, and let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling. And are you ready to move forward? Because this is like, okay, So you know how I'm always talking about we're in the lazy river and we're in our little rafts and we have our little drinks and we're just cruising right along through life, right? You know, whether it's your tea or adult beverage, whatever makes you happy. But we're just cruising along and it's been, you know, it's been a while. And now we're all like tubed up, okay? We're at a dam. We're at a dam and we're all kind of like tubed up, right? We're all in our own little separate tubes because that's how we're going. You know, we're going in inner tubes down the water. So that gate gets opened and we all just rush right out. Okay. It's going to move that fast. Okay. It's going to move that quickly and it's going to be fun. I may not feel it at first, but most of you that are awake and connected to source and connected to God, then you are in a place where you are better able to handle what comes next. Okay, because you've kind of probably expecting it a little bit, you know. You're ready. You've been ready. You've been waiting. Some of you have been waiting patiently, some are a little bit more impatient, but I have to tell you, everything happens in divine time. We can't rush anything. So find your calm as we move forward. I think that's important too. I should probably write you guys' names down because I didn't do that when I named y'all off. I did not do that. And then I'll give you guys a minute to see if you guys have anything. We got Jill and Roy tonight again. I'm going to name you guys off again. So if I don't say your name, let me know. Pat and Barbara and Ruth and Marsha. All right, that's what we got over there. We got Carol Ann tonight. What's happening, Chica? It's cold. Tell Summer to come back, Carol Ann. We got Richard, and I already got Kathy. All right. Oh, yeah, and Susie's out there. I got you, Susie. And Dia's out there, too. I got you, too. All right. Thank you all for being here. Yay. All right. So what else is it they want me to share with you? I'm glad we worked through a lot of that throat stuff. I'm still healing, but it's moving around. So there's a lot of healing taking place, getting our voice back, whatever, you know, all that fun stuff. So no one's dropped anything in the chat box. So that's fine. That's fine. No questions needed. So I have to share with you something else. So, Dia, you're going to find this funny, not funny, but, you know, humorous as well, because we've both been seeing the numbers 117, like everywhere, right? And so while I was sitting here today, and it just popped up for me again this evening, you know what I mean? I was like, or today, and I was like, bam, there it is again. So I decided I would take out my little angel number book because it's been a while since I've looked up numbers, and I would look up the number 117, right? So this is where we're at right now. Congratulations. Your positive thoughts have steered you and your life in a wonderful direction. Keep up the positive mental work, which is funny because I just had biofeedback done this morning too, and my brain is stressed. So, you know, so I'm working on the mental work. Which I thought was funny, but we are moving in a really, really good direction. So pay attention to all those repeated things that are showing up for you because they mean something to you. Okay. And sometimes they could mean many different things on many different levels, depending on what you are paying attention to. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now that you are given probably in any given day at least 10 to 20 signs to get your attention. At least that many. And it doesn't matter if you're at home, sitting in the car at the stoplight. It doesn't matter. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Just like the gas was $2.88 again today. 88's always popping up, and 2s are always popping up. So again, it's all that. You know what I mean? Woo! That's awesome. Kathy says, I met a great medium here on Pine Island. She wrote a nutritional book, and I'm doing a 4-day retreat in April in Cape Coral. Now that's awesome. Good for you, Kathy. That'll be exciting. I love that for you. Yeah. And I noticed that there's a lot more stuff coming out about what's in the food and stuff. Florida is kicking ass right now because they just put out guidelines about the glyphosate that's in breads. And, you know, it's a list. And there's a lot of it in there, you know. Ugh. But now that we're drawing so much attention to it, they're going to have to start changing that because we're not going to accept that anymore. We're not going to be complacent anymore. We want what is nutritious and healthy for us, right? We really just do. Stop messing with our food, you know? And last week they did candy. And the first week they did baby formula and how much, you know, arsenic and all that stuff was in it, and not good things to help babies grow. You know what I mean? So we're going to start changing all those things. And most of you have already started eating differently or treating your bodies differently. So we've already been on that cusp for a while. So this will just aid in our healing, which I'm super excited about. Yay. Yay. Huh. Nice. Are you down here right now, Kathy? Are you in Florida? Are you enjoying all this cold too? It's kind of chilly right now. Brr, brr. But I know you're from up north, so it might not bother you too much. Biofeedback. Yes. All right, Susie, I need a definition of what it is that you do so I can tell them, because that's a question. And I don't remember what it is. All right, Susie, I'm giving you homework now. Well, maybe we'll get you more customers because this is fun. And I didn't even have to be there while she did it. She just needed my birthday, where I was born, and the county I was born in. And then she came back with all this stuff. And it was pretty legit because it was stuff I was experiencing. I knew I was experiencing right now. So maybe send me something, Susie, on a little write-up on that. We can share what the biofeedback is. So we're going to check it again. Check me out in a couple of days, see what's up. But yeah, let's see what else I got for you guys. Oh, Lenka's here too. Hello, Lenka. Lenka. Nice to see you, dear. Nice to see you, dear. What else did I want to share with you guys? The energies. They're talking about energy again. Okay, so right now and moving forward, and we should always remember it anyway, especially when we're around negative energy or whatever, to bubble up, shield up, armor of God, whatever it is, because you need to wear it daily. Like I said, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Keep that sucker on. Because it helps repel negative energy away from you. It does not like to stay in that force field. You know what I mean? Just imagine yourself floating around in your little bubble, you know. But I think times are going to be good. We got this, my friends. We got this, my friends. Yes, 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 yes. You could also Google it too, Pat. Biofeedback machines. Because I think it's a machine you put it all into of some sort. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. I did do a little research. But anyone else out there that wants to, you know, I've anything to do with energy, I'm cool with. You know what I mean? Let's try it. Energy work, energy work, energy work. Because we're all energy workers. We're all energy. We're all energy, you guys. Every single bit of us is energy. It's quite amazing how we all come together. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I think I'll have more to share at the end. So you guys, let's have a word from my beautiful sponsors, beautiful Marsha Morris of Feng Shui My Space. you guys are ready to change up your space. Maybe you're building a new house. I feel like there's going to be a lot of changes coming forward, and maybe you'll want to use this and incorporate it in your designs out there, or maybe you want to rearrange it. And so just so it feels homey for you, check out Marsha of Feng Shui in My Space. Awesome. Like I said, if you want to change up the space in your home or your office, your outdoor space, give Marsha a ring-a-ding-ding and change your life today. Thank you, Marsha, for being a sponsor of the Joyful Finding Show. Thank you. And then beautiful Lola Blue down there in Northport, Florida, has the most beautiful products. And she's having a pop-up, I think, this weekend with a coffee guy and some other person that makes something. I can't recall what it was. So if you're local, go down to Lola Blue down there in Northport, down there off Toledo Bleed, and enjoy some of their beautiful products. Check it out, you guys. Your body will love you for it. Discover the art of clean living with LolaBlueLiving.com. Handcrafted in Northport, Florida, our natural soaps, soy candles, and shampoo bars bring eco-friendly luxury to your daily routine. From refreshing sugar scrubs to soothing CBD massage creams, every product is made with love and care. Elevate your self-care game and shop now at LolaBlueLiving.com. Feel good, live better naturally. Seriously, guys, I use like a lot of their products. I have a lot of them. I love them. And look, you guys always say how nice my hair looks. Look how healthy my hair is. This is from using their shampoo and conditioner. You know what I mean? I still need a new haircut that I really truly desire, but this is, healthy hair. Like, who has healthy hair nowadays? So you guys check it out. And if you guys want to save 15%, use Parks2 in the code there to save that 15% on these beautiful products. Amazing. Thank you for being a beautiful person and being a sponsor to Melissa Parks. Yay. All right, you guys. So Susie got back to me. She says the biofeedback scans the body's vibrations, frequencies, identifies imbalances in the energy flows, including toxins, allergies, and emotional stressors. It detects the energy imbalances before they turn into physical symptoms by balancing the body with subtle energetic frequencies. So I find it interesting. She did it to me this morning, so I'll let you guys know how I feel in a couple days. And thank you for that beautiful response. Beautiful, beautiful Susie. Yay. All right, my friends. All right, you guys, where do you get glasses that have anti-glare so that I don't have to keep adjusting my glasses because they're always blinding me and I'm always flashing, you guys, it seems. Especially if I don't have my glasses tipped just right. It sucks in all the light, all of it. All right, so Kathy, you are number 1 this evening, and then I'll go through the little list there. Like my little pendulum with my hand there to see who's getting your messages this evening. Like I said, if you guys have questions this evening, put it in the chat and let me know what that is. Okay, let's get to the hardest stuff. You know what I mean? Good night, Richard. Have fun at work. All right. Oh, yeah. Also, probably at Lola Blue, they probably have cute little packages that you can get already pre-wrapped. So if you don't have something already for your Valentine, man or woman, because they have some nice man stuff there. The soaps are really good. The scrubs. Oh my God, you should treat your body. Okay, well, anyways, I'm throwing that out there. All right, so I'm going to move that paper over there. And we're going to get into messages now. Like I said, if you guys are feeling anything out there that you need answered, let me know. All right, Miss Kathy. It's been a little while. I'm so glad you're here. Kathy Bray. Okay, so I feel like you're going to definitely do more things with family in this coming year. I also feel like you are ready to adventure into something that you have not done before, or you've had in the back of your mind for a really long time. Or I just feel like you want to get involved with more people and more community. I feel like there's more people coming together, you know, kind of like the retreat. Like, I almost feel like you could almost throw like your own retreat and invite the people in that need to be retreated. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's something to that with you right now. But I also feel like community is going to be really big. So, and I know, I feel like there's going to be, I don't know, could more people be on Pine Island? Because I'm seeing like people going out there for something. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a party or something. Anyways, I think I was out there once. But I'm also seeing like you are on this, you're on this wave. You're on this wave and you're just kind of like rolling with it. And you're letting your intuition kind of lead the way now. You've kind of like, you know, you kind of step back, but then you step forward. And then it's kind of like you're back and forth a little bit. But now you're ready to leap forward. You're like ready to leap into more of your spiritual understanding, more of your gifts and things of that sort. So they're also saying something about a baby. Are one of your kids having a baby? I don't know. I'm seeing a baby. There's a new baby this year. There's a new baby. That's what they're telling me. New baby. So be on the lookout for new babies, Kathy. And it could be your baby that you create, because I feel like you want to create a new community and all that stuff. You know what I mean? No kids? Then where's this baby coming from? It must be the project that you're going to create is like a baby. You know what I mean? Or do you have a dog? Because I feel like a dog is showing up for me now too. Do you have a dog? I'm seeing like a brown and white dog. Short, small. Something like that. Is Lily brown and white? Because that's what I'm seeing right now. She's like, I'm your baby. Oh, that's funny. But anyways, that's what I see for you, Kathy. New adventures. There's new. And it could be a rebirth for yourself as well, right? Because of rebirthing. Because I feel like once we get out of this snake skin right now and we step into this fire horse, it's like, woo! All right, she's brown and white. Sweet. Because I feel like we're just like shooting forward. See, she's your baby. She loves you. All right, Richard, even though you left, you're next. Richard. All right, Richard, what I get for you this evening is you're kind of like following. It's funny because they're calling it the yellow brick road, but I don't see it as the yellow brick road because maybe it needs to be pressure washed. I don't know. But they're showing me like there's the bricks, and it's your walkway. And I feel like you've been pulling the weeds out of it. So I guess this is part of your journey, right? Because you've gotten to a part of the path where it's beautifully paved, but it's not been maintained, right? So I feel like you're maintaining, which is you maintaining and it's getting your hands dirty and it's cleaning something, right? It's helping clean your journey along this walk I hope this makes sense to you. This is really weird tonight. But I see you clearing all the weeds out of all the little crevices and then putting sand back in it and like creating this new pathway. You know what I mean? It's like you're clearing the path for yourself. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of that going on for you, Richard. Follow your path. You're cleaning it along the way. That's what I'm getting. I hope that makes sense to you, Richard. Oh, let's see. All right. Barbara, you're next. Barbara. Zippity doo dah. You're like zipping away. Okay. So time is moving into the future. You don't have to worry about it because you're sitting still and you're healing right now. But when you are ready to move, it's going to be like zip in a zoo. Okay. And I don't know where I'm getting all that from, but there's going to be a lot of energy that moves it and it's going to move quickly. And it's just like from point A to point B. It's almost like you have two paths like you have to choose from, and you're going to choose one, and one is better than the other. So maybe when you do finally get around to selling the house or whatever, they are showing me there's going to be two opportunities of what you're looking for. One is going to be what you like, one is going to be what everyone else likes, but they're both easily attainable. Okay. But the one that includes everybody goes a little further than the other one. So I don't know what that means for you, but also you're supposed to be journaling right now. I know you're not feeling all that well. I hope you're feeling better, but I feel like journaling is super duper important. Go back and read the last 2 weeks of journals because I feel like that's significant for you in this moment. So I'm going to leave that with you today, Barbara. Thank you for being here. Kathy says, I feel like I am rebirthing. Good. Enjoy this rebirthing because you're going to love yourself on the other side. Woo. Woo. It's like coming out of the darkness into the light. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. All right. All right. Dia, you're next today. You're number 3 today. No, you're number 4. Dia. Oh, that's always good. Foundations. Dia. Woo-hoo. You're just riding the wave. Riding it. Riding the wave. That's what you're doing. It doesn't matter what gets thrown in your way. You just kind of like hoop-de-doop over it. But it also looks like a wave crashing a little bit. This looks like a baby too. This is like a rebirth. This is going to be fun for you this weekend. But I feel like it's funny. Oh my God, this looks like a little. Now I'm getting a dragon for you. Oh my God, we're going to go through the whole spectrum for you today. So I'm getting this dragon that's coming through for you. And it's kind of like swooping in and helping you. And I feel like you have a personal relationship with this dragon. And it's a very friendly, smiley dragon. This is like a joy dragon. And it's coming through for you this evening. This is do I usually bring dragons through for you? This is weird. But yeah. And he's all like curled up on like, he's flying in, but he's also like curled up. And like if you buy your cat or your dog one of those little round beds, and he's like all curled up and just like sleeping in the corner. So he's just chilling. Enjoy your week. Just know you're being protected. The dragons are guiding you as well. So I'm gonna leave that with you today, Dia. Interesting. Okay, can't make this stuff up. Whatever comes to me comes to me. All right, Lenka. Changes are on the way. Changes. I don't know where I'm getting that song from, but is that actually a song? Is that physically a song? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're changing there's things about your foundation, which means things are being switched up for you because you're not changing them yourself, I guess. I don't know exactly what they mean yet. But you have a lot of energy that's running through you right now and is asking for change. Like, I don't know. Have you been like, I haven't seen you since the other day, but I almost feel like, have you been feeling like extra tense or, I don't know. I feel like there's things that you're letting go of too, like some of the physical, emotional stuff. You know what I mean? It's just like shedding it all, just like dropping it. Like, it's almost like taking it and like, I don't even know what that means for you at this moment, but you're letting go of some stuff and you're just shaking it off. Kind of how like a dog when they get out of water and they have to shake it off, you know what I mean, to dry themselves off. That's kind of like what you're doing. So there's some energy that's been around you that's kind of like been stagnant and you're kind of like shaking it off. So get up and dance, move around, sing, super duper important. And of course, you're already finding joy. So keep finding your joy, my friend. But I feel like changes are coming. I think there's more changes coming at work that will come to the forefront for you. And it will make things better because I think someone's getting in trouble. All right, Lenka. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's see who's next. Da-da-da-da. Oh, I already did, Barbara. I can't do you again. All right, Pat, you're next. Pat. All right, Pat. All right, Pat. You got lots of energy going on around you today. I know it's super cold where you are right now, but I'm getting you need to go outside and you need to hug a tree. If you have any plants in your house, I want you to sit and talk to them. I feel like the whole nature thing is super duper important. Because I even got out and pulled weeds the other day. I was like, it got warm for a minute, so I went out and pulled some weeds. But I feel like you need to go touch plants, trees. If you have a botanical garden where you live, go there. I feel like the flowers and everything want to talk to you. The trees want to talk to you. Yeah, so they're wanting you to touch into nature, Pat. Touch into nature and let yourself listen. They're like, listen and feel the energy, especially if you like talk to the plant. Maybe it looks a little wilted and say, I'm sorry you're feeling a little down today. I hope you get up a little bit. You know what I mean? They're wanting you to kind of like talk to the plants. So I'm going to leave that with you, Pat, because you just never know what you might get. Miss Maureen. 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 All right, Maureen. You're just kind of going with the flow. You're not going to let anything you got a lot of things going on around you, or you're trying to accomplish a lot of things all at once. It kind of feels like, but don't worry. You're just kind of like moving along the path at exactly the way that you need to. And then you're just going to slide into your next position. Okay. And I feel like, I don't know, are you still waiting for the closing on your forever home? You know what I mean? Not the one that you're staying in right now, but the one that because I feel like once you get in there and you start to get really settled in, then you really start to take root, right? You really start to take root. You know what I'm saying? Because they're showing me you like a tree, right? All the plants in the trees are coming in again. So I feel like you're a tree. You're going to plant some beautiful roots there. You know what I mean? And then you're going to like branch out to wherever it is that you want to branch out to. And I think that's branching out to in a lot of different ways, actually. Okay. I feel like yes, you are still waiting. Okay. Because I feel like it's all in divine time. You just sit there and look at the beach for a little while because you got a good view where you're at. But I feel like just kicking back and relaxing. But I feel like once it happens, you get to really start to root in. Okay. You're going to root in there in your new space. I love that for you. All right, Jill. They want me to do Jill and Roy. You guys are like twins, they say. Okay. All right. So what I'm getting around you guys is this beautiful ball of light around the both of you, right? In your new domain. You are creating your bubble of protection on all four corners of your property. Once spring breaks, you will be changing some of the outside because I'm seeing more mulch and I'm seeing flowers and I'm seeing a swing or something, you know. I'm seeing like some outdoorsy things so that you guys can really like entertain out there because I feel like you're going to have people over to entertain in the summertime. And that's a great time to have that outdoor space looking spiffy because I feel like you're going to have a few events there and entertain some people. And I also feel like now is also the time since it's winter time, like to, and I feel like you both like to cook, but I know Roy likes to cook. But I'm seeing stuff in the kitchen. I'm seeing baking. I'm seeing cooking. I'm seeing maybe trying some new recipes and rethinking things and stuff like that. So I'm going to leave that with the two of you. Thank you all for being here. Awesome sauce. Ruth, you're next. Ruth Saltman. Ruth, have you been writing? Have you been writing? I'm getting writing and writing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you already have 5 books? Do you have 4 books? I'm so bad at numbers. I don't remember. But anyways, you are writing something, and it may even be your memoir. You know what I mean? It might be about you. It might not be about others. It might be your story and how your story can help somebody else, or that's going to be incorporated in things. And I'm frozen on my side. Isn't that great? Fabulous. All right, I'm back. Yeah, so Ruth, that's what I'm getting for you. And I froze there for a minute. That was so weird. But anyways, so I'm getting writing, expression, sharing more info, yes. And also, what is it that you want to do that you're not doing? Is there like a little vacation you wanted to take for yourself that you're not doing that you should be doing? Because I'm getting that it's time it's time for you to take a little vacation, Miss Ruth. Like just where you go, it could be a place with a hot tub, whatever. Like just where you can just go unwind. You need a couple days to unwind, like 3 to 4 at least, okay? At least that long. So I'm going to leave that with you. Pat said, thank you, Melissa. You're welcome. Jill says, great message. Roy is still in pain from his fall, but on the mend. We are going to entertain. I'm sorry to hear he fell. Sending love your way. Falling is never fun. Sorry to hear that. That's sad. Maureen says, thank you so much, Melissa. I appreciate you so much. Yes, a lot of things going on. Waiting on closing on the condo. I'm going to live in and waiting for my meeting about my son's case March 16th. All right. March 16th. That's a good day. It's my nephew's birthday. 316. Let's look that number up for you. I feel like I'm supposed to look up 316 for you. Let's look it up today. Since the book's sitting right here. 316. You are working with powerful ascended masters who are supporting your material needs. Trust and open to receive their support, which is always available to you. So, maybe that'll bring some answers for you on that day. And maybe there'll be some kind of closure as well. That would be guess. So Maureen says, yes, divine timing. When I feel overwhelmed, I go sit and watch the ocean and take walks. It calms me. Yeah, girl. I saw the view you posted and I was like, I would just sit there and be like, I'd just veg out and watch the waves roll in. That's a hell of a meditation on its own, for sure. All right, you guys. I love you too, Maureen. All right, I got a few more of you guys. All right. Who did I miss? Who was that up there? All right. Carol Ann. I'm getting firecrackers. I know you're a firecracker, but I feel like this has to do with 4th of July. Are you going somewhere for 4th of July? Or do you have to stay with the dogs? Do they get freaked out because of firecrackers and stuff? But I'm getting something about 4th of July for you. 4th of July, Independence Day. Maybe you're going to a party. But I'm getting firecracker. I feel like firecracker is significant to you. Fireworks. Firecracker. Also, do you have a firecracker bush? If not, you're supposed to have one. It attracts little hummingbirds. And that brings a lot of joy to you. And they would be coming by 4th of July. So I'm getting, and also hummingbirds also mean joy. So I think that would help bring you joy. I feel like you want to plant something else that probably the dogs can't, rip up or whatever. But I'm getting firecracker. So I'm getting the firecracker bush, and I'm getting 4th of July, my friend. Pew, pew. That's what I'm getting for you tonight, Carolyn. All right. Pooja. Pooja. Pooja, what is going on? All right. All right. Your energy feels all staticky right now. Let's feel it. Let's feel into that for a minute, Pooja. All right. So have you been extra stressed this week? I feel like I gotta really release my energy a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I gotta relax. I feel like there's a lot of demands on you. I feel like there's a lot of people that are wanting you, their attention to you, or I don't know exactly what the word is I'm looking for right now. But I'm getting you are in a protective bubble. Okay, I'm getting but you sometimes have to remember to wash off other people's emotions. Maybe that's what I'm picking up on right now, is because you are an empath and you feel other people's pain or frustration or whatever. You need to do the shower meditation where you just let it all run off you, wash off of you, and out into Mother Earth to be recycled. You just got to let it go and kind of start with your own fresh bubble. I'm also getting journaling is also going to be important for you moving forward. Also, paying attention to your dreams is also going to be important, because I feel like you're getting a lot of messages that you may be too busy to be paying attention to, and they may repeat those messages in the journaling and in the dreams. Okay, so they want you to pay attention to that. So I'm going to leave that with you. If there is any other lovely beings of light out there that would love a message this evening, drop your name in the chat, and I'd love to give you guys a message. If not, I will definitely find some things to talk about. Oh, all right, I don't see anyone popping in there, so that's okay. No worries. No worries. And if you guys are over there on X, hit the little heart button. If you guys are over there, hit the little thumbs up buttons. Hit the little like buttons, share buttons, all that stuff. Those things also help with the show. And here's a cool thing that you guys could all do for me too. I was thinking about this the other day when I was looking at my Google page again. If you guys have had a reading for me, hop on over to my Oh, Susie, how did I forget you? I will give you one. Hop on over to my Google page and leave me a review. Leave me a review so other people could read my reviews, and it helps bring me more to the top when people are looking for psychics in Sarasota. You know what I mean? And if you know anyone looking for a reading, definitely check out my website and send them there. I am melissaparks.com. If they're interested in local classes, or, they want a reading, that would be great too. All right. Pooja says, I will try to meditate and clean up my energy. Absolutely. And Susie, I wrote your name on here. How did I miss your name? Where did my pad of paper go? How did I miss the one paper? All right, I'm losing my mind now. But anyways, I got you, Susie. Susie. This is Sony. Keep on trucking is what I'm hearing. Did you actually know somebody like in the trucking business? Because I feel like this guy was a trucker. I feel like he either ran his own fleet or he had his own truck or something. I feel like you know some kind of trucker. Anyways, even if you don't know the trucker, he's telling you to keep on trucking. You just keep moving in that path that you're moving on, because there's nothing that can stop you now. And you can hit the brakes and slow yourself down if you want to, but there's just always moving right on. You know what I mean? You're just like moving in that direction, and there's nothing that's going to stop you now. And keep working with the energy stuff, because that's what's needed right now for you and for others. You're there to help assist in the way that you're learning how to help others. So I'm going to leave that with you, dear Susie. Thank you for being here. And Ruth says, thanks, Melissa. Great message. Working on my 5th book. I'm grateful for you and I love you. I love you too. Awesome. And I hope that made sense, Susie. Keep on trucking. Isn't there a song that is like that too? Is there a song that says keep on trucking or something like that? I almost want to feel like there is. I'm so bad with music. I am. But yes. All right. So I want you guys to think outside the box. I want you guys to get creative, just like I did with creating the song at the beginning of the thing. Pretty soon I'll have a whole video I can show you guys at some point. If you guys are following me on social media and stuff, I'm working on that too. I'm working on a few different little projects and stuff. But I'm definitely got to get back out into the public. So I'm going to be reaching out probably this week. This week was kind of hectic. Things were happening. But I think next week I'll be reaching out to some local peeps and see if we can't team up. And it's funny because today I was at the stoplight and I was thinking about this girl who I hadn't talked to in a while. And I was like, I should contact her. She used to cut hair and stuff. And I was like, I could really use a haircut. And then I was thinking, I was like, you know what? She has a new job now. Maybe I should come up with some kind of idea that we can collaborate on, where we use what she does for a business and what I do for a business, and maybe do a fundraiser, because she works for a nonprofit. So it would be interesting. The funny things that'll just pop up in your head while you're sitting at the stoplight. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, I should probably break out my phone and probably tell myself that. And I was like, no, I think you're going to remember this one. Because you know how you get ideas all the time, but you don't always remember them. You know what I mean? Until it's time to remember them. And you're like, oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, so I think that's where we're at, my friends. Do we have a spiritual message circle this week, or is it? No, we only have one at the end of the month, right? I think we have one at the end of the month. I'm so bad I don't write these things down. But we do not. I don't think we do. No. But next week is going to be Marsha Morris. We're going to be talking Feng Shui. We're going to be talking Chinese horoscopes. We're going to be talking about the fire horse. We're going to be ready to take off. We're going to be a few days ahead of time, but we're going to be ready to take off on that 17th of February. We're just going to be ready to take off. We're just going to be ready to go. So I look forward to having you all join me next Friday. You guys be the best you can be, because the more you connect with your higher self and what your true north is and your truth is, the more things will start to fall into place for you. Follow your passions, follow your joys, and make it the best week ever. And I love each and every one of you. See you next Friday, guys.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.